Okay, and we're back for another life and suffering of Sir Brante. So, I was actually supposed to stream yesterday. Well, I thought I could, but then I got a bit too tired, and I don't think I can focus. Okay, so that's why I didn't stream yesterday. But now I'm feeling way better because on Sunday I had to go for my exam, my JLPT exam. Okay, and it took up a whole day. Okay, I got back past midnight. So, but then I did rest a bit. So I thought I was ready. But then when the streaming time came closer and closer, I feel like I couldn't focus because I was tired. So that's why I skipped yesterday. So sorry about that. And even now, I started a bit late because I just went out and just came back. Okay, so sorry about all those. Okay, but anyhow, let's get back to the game. So what happened in the last time is that we've actually entered the path of the nobleman. Okay, and I think it's better to take this out. So we walk the path of nobleman, so that you can only like these three: path of lawless, path of the priest. You can only choose either one. You can't choose all of them. Okay, and the reason I'm trying to go for nobleman is that it's not for the family or whatsoever. It's that I'm doing this so that I can help the lawless. Okay, so and we do have I'm planning to be a nobleman so that I can help out with the lawless people. Okay, and what I'm hoping is that I want to try and help this girl. Okay, and at first I thought that one of the events will actually lead to her, but it turns out it didn't. So let's try and keep an eye out for Alias. And here, I think that we're gonna have to outwit him, but most probably it's manipulating him. But it's path of lawless. We don't need to do this. Shield of the new faith. Shield of the old faith. Victory in the tournament. Oh no! Oh no! Valor 12. Valor's my weakest part, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 6. Oh my god, can I rank up by 6 before this? Well, there's only one way to find out. Okay? Oh well. So here is that when we just finished with after the ball. Okay? It turns out maybe there's supposed to be a mass girl. So most probably it's the Milanda's daughter, Octavia. So Octavia, she might be the one behind the mask. Okay, and she offered us to dance with her, but since Thomas and Otto, it's about to fight, we stopped them. Okay, you stand between Thomas and Otto before they clash. The Argent eyes you with scorn. You shower him with a flurry of apologies for your friend. Thomas has never been to this kind of party before, and he still has lots to learn when it comes to etiquette. And besides, he is clearly flummoxed from witnessing and acting up close. Otto smirks just barely enough to notice. Well said. Sometimes I forget you humans are barely smarter than beasts. Take pride in the fact that you were permitted to attend this party. You have stories to tell and all that. Very well. Away with you, and try not to get in my way. Why, I recognize your face. Now that I think of it, you here from Anazot. I must have seen you on the street somewhere, but there are just too many of your kind about. But you're rather sharp, and you've been taught how to behave. That's a welcome sight. You back away from the Arcanian in a most gallant way. Clutching your friend by the arm, there is a mixture of rage and bewilderment on Thomas's face. Once you're far away enough, he swears under his breath and heads for refreshment. You follow here and watch him down 2 glasses of sparkling wine like a parched man guzzling water. You sure got skill when it comes to sucking up to Argnian's friend. You saved my hide today, no doubt about it. Still feels like a bucket of slop right into my face though. It could have been worse, you tell him. Better for a moment of shame than a fight with a mighty Arcnean in the middle of a party. Assaulting an Arcnean is the easiest way to meet true death. Now, what it says that in the previous one, we found out that when we went to the arena, that the arena owner, basically like he's a man that that fought Cordless battle, and an Arcnean came and stormed in and challenged him to a fight, and he did, and he lost. And then what happened that we found out that he's on his last life. Remember, they have four lives. If you die the fourth one, you die a true death. Okay, so when that happened, like he was begging, and then like the Arcnean guy didn't care and just like stab him. So you can see like how, and before the fight happened, there's a saying. One is that if you lose, you're gonna lose a life. If you spill a blood of an Arcnean, you are gonna be if you spill the blood of an Arcnean, you're gonna die a true death. So like there's no good way to end. And then later the arena was shot because of him. Okay, now let's get back to it. Thomas says nothing to this and downs a third glass of wine. Out of the corner of your eye, you catch the mysterious masked Arcnean lady, all beauty and grace, dancing with Auden. You could have been in his place, had you so chosen. Con artist. You have lived another year in the capital. Eterna has been shaken by what is known as the trial of the 50. 50 people stand trial at once, all prominent members of several political circles. They are accused of treason and conspiracy against the crown. The accused spoke in favor of reducing the power of nobles and granting more rights to the common estate. There was no mention of rebellion, yet those words alone were enough to indict them. Every session of the trial is open to the public. It is show of power made to discourage people from forming such circles again. You attend one of these sessions. The 50 face their verdict. Forced labor in the mines of Magra and Illyria for regular members, and true death for leaders, 6 men and 1 woman. Their public execution takes place in the central square of Eterna. You remember the woman. Her name is Ani Siren. She made a speech before her execution. A young woman, not too tall, her face almost clean, with lots of bangs over her eyes. She looks calm even at this moment. You cannot believe she's about to leave this world forever. Ani Sirin takes a look around before she speaks. Her voice is quiet, but you're close enough to hear every single word. She says she is happy to give her life fighting for the rights of the people. Her cause will never die, Ani claims. Others like her will continue their work in hiding, for their cause is right and just. She is dragged away to the others. They put a sack over her head and tighten the noose around her neck. A hand yanks on the lever, and the 7 dangle in the air. Their feet tremble at first, then grow still. There are gasps and cries and discontent in the crowd. So basically, like, they're brewing hatred here. Well, order went up. Like, the more it struggles on one side, like the worse the disorder is gonna be. Your studies at the Imperial College may have begun with a luxurious party, but soon you settled into a routine of lesson after lessons. Along with dozens of other future judges, you spend hours listening to lectures in spacious college halls with high ceilings. You study imperial law and legislation, analyzing every technicality and interpretation. The subjects only get tougher, and the instructor grows ever more demanding as your study continues. Yet law is not the only thing you study. There are other disciplines as well, rhetoric and orthography. A true judge must have a perfect command in both spoken and written word. Washing dark blue ink off your fingers becomes an indelible part of your daily routine. Of all your classes, you find the fencing lesson particularly exciting. Every lesson covers your body with more cuts and bruises, and makes your muscles ache from exertion. But your childhood dream is worth it. Then finally comes a short break in your studies. A handful of days rest and recreation. You met Thomas to discuss how you are going to spend this time. You're coming with me tonight, no excuses, Brante. We will be paying to our mentor, Baron Croix. It's time you learn a thing or two about how we do things in the military. Your friend looks very cunning and pleased with himself when he says this. With a sigh, you change out your college uniform and into your best clothes and follow him. Thomas rushes you into a 2-story house somewhere in a noble neighborhood in the capital. Its windows are open, you can hear people talking over each other. The house's sitting room is filled with young people, at least 2,000 men, almost all of them academy cadets. In the middle of the sitting room is an armchair, and in this armchair is a gentleman wearing a uniform of an Imperial Legion officer and smoking a pipe. His thick hair falls over his large, observant eye. Baron Elcroix welcomes the two of you with a slight nod and continues his speech while everyone listens respectfully. As I was saying, young man, I firmly believe that the days when all the military glory of the Empire belonged to the Archnean dynasty are long gone. Human nobles have been serving the Emperor at least as well as the Archnean nobles for a long time now. Still, the Archneans keep acting like their origins are more important than the honor and service to the crown. Take the Melanidas dynasty for example. The Archdukes of Magra. Long ago, their leader, Shah Melanidas, fomented a rebellion against the rule of Tempest and the Twins' faith. He sucked all life from his own land and doomed thousands of his own subjects. And yet, the Melanidas dynasty still rules over Magra like nothing ever happened. Then suddenly, Sir Elcroix flashes a cunning grin. I think this calls for a test of strategic thinking, young man. But first, let me refresh your memory on the rebellion of Shah Melanidas. It seems surprising, but we have to thank him for our current status. He was the first to ennoble humans, an act of unprecedented insolence. But he gave the rebellious duke immense support in his province. He risked his own reputation and titles to make himself stronger thanks to humans, and in that, he succeeded. Is it he's doing this out of, ego, or like he really cares? No one ever dared challenge the rule of Archness and Tempest before, but the rebellion of Magra changed everything. Humans became a part of nobility. We got a taste of power only the Archness could wield before, and unless I'm mistaken, most nobles in the Empire these days are human. Why, we outnumber the member of the Arcnean dynasty dozens of times over. So Shah Melanidas had complete rule and control over the lands of Magra. He had the loyalty of his noble human subjects. He had the loyalty of the mages and witches who fled to Anizot, the only place in the Empire where they could hide from the church. The Archduke of Magra had everything he needed to win. And yet, two pivotal changes brought him down. First of all, he cast a magic spell that incinerated the entire province. It certainly stopped the Imperial legions in their tracks, but the population of Magra would no longer side with Shah Melanidas after that. Second, the clergy struck at the rebellious duke with the power of the twins. His magic was gone and his main advantage was no more. Many fled, but as you know, it still took the Empire an entire month to siege before the palace of Anizot was taken. After the rebellion of Magra, the Empire changed drastically, and most importantly, humans will finally receive their lawful right to be a noble. And I like to stress that in particular, a noble not by birth, but by virtue of their own knowledge and talent. History, young man, is more than just a memory of the past. It is a lesson for our future. I believe that part of our history proves my point. And now, a test. Tell me, if you were among the Imperial strategists during the rebellion, what would you have done? How would you have fought an enemy as powerful as Shah Melanidas? With this, Sir Elcroix leans back in his armchair and takes a pull from his pipe while the cadets are still discussing. Some take no time to say they cannot believe Sir Elcroix thinks humans were the first ennobled by serving the rebellious duke. Others say the prolonged palace siege might have been a mistake, and storming the palace would have been a better choice. Soon, ideas start flying. Some cause only laughter, while others lead to debate. They are discussing the past of Anithot, the past of your hometown. You cannot possibly stay silent now. If you were in command of the Imperial Legions back then, what would you have done? Based on what you know about the rebellion of Magra, you see three potential strategies. The first involved calling upon the twins' miracle to rob Melanidas of magic and render him powerless. The second entails putting your faith in the discipline and valor of the army of a frontal assault. The third means drawing out the siege while making the enemy's life as hard as possible through cunning. I think like press for a decisive assault. I want to get, valor, because like maybe we could get, but I doubt it. But let's try. Okay, like I want to somehow get this. I should have went for ruthless, now that I think about it. Because like I didn't notice that you need to get the path of the ruthless. See this one here? Valor over 12. So I need to get Valor, so press for decisive assault. You decided it is time for you to answer Sir Alcrox. You begin by stating you hail from the city of Anazot yourself. The cornerstone of the rebellious Duke's strategy was ennobling humans, you say. This won over their loyalty and formed them into a veritable army. An army loyal to its leader can achieve any feat of valor. So the Imperial Legions also ought to have relied upon the valor and unity of their soldiers. Inspire the warriors, earn their loyalty, and take the castle by storm. That is the word. That is the way. Sir Alcroc looks at you, studying you attentively. Brante, is that your name, young man? I will make sure to remember it. You are absolutely right. The soldiers' loyalty to their creed, their commander, their emperor. These are the things that would make an undefeatable army. And I wholeheartedly agree. A decisive assault would have brought down the castle at the rebellion's very inception and destroyed all their will to fight. All this, young man, is the moral of the story. Shah Melanidas was defeated, but not by the clergy or the prayers, and not even by the noble militia assembled by other archdukes. He was vanquished by the Imperial Legions, a unified army with clear regulation and ranks, and a clear chain of command. An army that is strong and disciplined and loyalty to the Emperor. Long ago, only Archnian had the right to wield weapons and wage war, but now, humans can prove their merit and earn the same right. Humans like ourselves. And the present empire has grown even stronger thanks to its new warriors and functionaries. These days, humans can judge, rule, and create. The terrors wrought by the rebellious Duke are undeniable, yet his rebellion has created new possibilities for all of us, including you, young Sir Brante. He nods to you in approval, then his eyes finally move away from you and back to the rest of the young men in the hall. After hearing him praise you, no one dares to argue with the battle-hardened officer. The evening continues. Sir Alcroc shares some of his war stories, each more astounding than the last. You join Thomas and the other cadets in sipping wine and enjoying his tales. Okay, valor increase. You return to the college long after midnight. You often recall Baron Alcroc's story about rebellion of Shah Melanidas after that. The rebellious Duke lost the war, yet he brought about drastic changes for humans and entire empire. I got a feeling, if that is true, like if he did this out of his kindness of his own heart, like the empire is the one that lays siege to the whole of Magra, and they use him as a scapegoat. Maybe. But then again, the Melanidas dynasty are very, evil and like didn't care about the rest. Like this here. Later we'll check. There are days when you receive letters from home. Father writing is very reserved. He mostly discusses events and work in Magra and writes very little about the family. It makes me proud that I have managed to teach Stephen how to handle our affairs at home. Your older brother behaved impeccably at the society balls and reception that we host. He has already made several crucial acquaintances, but Gloria has a different opinion of Stephen. She thinks your older brother is taking more and more after grandfather. Stephen is a lot like grandfather. In his manners, his posture, his voice, he even wrestles like him. He used to aloof around with me, and we barely talked in the past, but now he always blames me and tears me apart. I can't take it anymore. He walks all over me all the time and treats me like a housemaid. Mother writes to you. From her letters, you learn that Nathan just barely managed to graduate from school. It made me sad to admit that Nathan has none of the talents you have. The other day, he told me he won't even try to study in the capital. He said he won't be able to pass the exam. I find solace only in the nights when Nathan and I spend reading the scriptures and our walks to the church by the silver tree. He accompanies me every time. Your sister and your younger brother write about mother too, and they say the same thing about her health. She now spends more time locked away in her chambers to brood. Gloria does her best to accompany mother when she leaves home, and Nathan's letters mention her steps echoing in the halls in the middle of the night. There's one more thing Nathan mentioned in his letters. Stephen and Gloria have been fighting very often these days. Stephen always tries to get under Gloria's skin, and she answers him in kind. Then, Stephen calls her a lowly commoner to make her shut up. You always tremble in excitement each time you see a new letter with the seal of your home province. Your fate is still bound tightly to your family, so no matter the distance between you. Huh? You become a judge one day, so you're sent to the Prefecture of Eterna to be mentored by a more experienced colleague. Your mentor is a judge of a considerable age, a noble of the mantle with a proud bearing about him. He never misses a chance to remind you that being mentored by such an experienced man of office is a great honor. Your mentor entrusts you with his minor cases, to his great joy, his night shift. Another night begins. The office is growing darker. You are still there, zealously spelling out the paperwork for the day. A petty theft, a verbal assault against the noble of the sword by a commoner. A fine for the parents of children who covered an imperial institution with obscene drawings. Petty cases, all of them, but they are real cases a judge has to face. So you sit there carefully comparing complaints, statements, and witness testimony. Then, the door of your office swings open. A gendarme ranks in provocatively dressed girl. Her golden hair is undone, and her makeup is fiery red. Girls like her sell their bodies in houses of ill repute. Wait, isn't that... The next to enter the office is a stout priest, his face adorned by a nose of a remarkable shape and a huge wart on his cheek. You do your best to avoid staring at it. The gendarme gives his report. The girl was arrested with a certain gentleman in the park by the Temple of the Twins. They were committing acts of carnality, an affront to the faith. The huffing and puffing of priest interrupts him and starts yelling. He saw her doing magic, he did. The gentleman was enthralled by the girl, and he was glowing like a lamppost. You gesture for the priest to stay quiet, and if the gendarme can prove this. The gendarme only shrugged. He didn't see anyone glowing. He arrested the girl for sacrilegious conduct alone. The man in her company was a noble, so the gendarme could not bring himself to arrest him. He does, however, remember his name. The priest is puffing and puffing even louder now. It was magic, he screamed. You must refer this case to the Inquisition. This witch was loose on the streets of the Empire's illustrious capital, seducing good men with her vile charms. The girl stays quiet all the time. Her eyes are emerald green, twinkling with gold as she looks at you. When she does speak, her voice is soft like smooth velvet. Yep, it is. Aelis. My name is Aelis, Your Honor. All I did was obey the noble gentleman's wish. He wanted my affection right by the temple, and I dare not oppose him. I did not defy my lord, did I? The wench looked up and meet your gaze as she says these words. Her eyes reflected the candlelight in the dust, sending sparks of gold dancing across the walls. The gendarme stands awkwardly by the door, sighing. The priest goes off on another rant. You tell him to be quiet. The day is not over. You must decide how to resolve this unusual case on your own. The law says a judge must investigate all circumstances related to a case. You know the name of the nobleman who has seen this girl in the throes of passion. The gendarme was afraid to question him. But you are a future nobleman yourself, a young judge. Surely you can find a way to resolve this with discretion. Get the information you need from the nobleman. But perhaps this suspicious lady of the evening, Alice, is at the heart of the matter. You have no doubt she will reveal her true colors if you question her. If the priest was right about her using magic, the girl's fate is sealed. Your Honor. You look up from your desk and into eyes of the beautiful Alice, and you suddenly feel as though a divine light is shining upon you. This emotion flows like a river. It lifts you up. This is more than beauty, more than passion. This is much more. Will you resist this or will you heed it? I don't have any willpower. Let's find the nobleman and see what he has to say about this. You tell the Gander to take the girl to a holding cell. Her eyes are filled with chagrin and pity as the man takes her away. You compose a polite, thorough letter to Sir Diego Alcatanor, the nobleman seen with the girl in question. You delicately hint that his reputation will be safe and promise full confidentiality. When you come to the office the next morning, you see a nervous young nobleman waiting at the door. You must be Judge Brante, he says. You meet Sir Alcator with a dignified greeting and questioning him on the case of Alice the harlot. Is it true that the two of them ended up in the temple because this was Sir Alcator's wish? He said he barely remembered last night. He was quite inebriated and determined to have a good time. He spotted Alice by accident. She was standing under a lamppost by the temple. As for the temple park, he does not quite remember why they ended up there. You take his statement in accordance with established procedure. Next question. Would Alcator say his mind was clouded by the young woman? The nobleman turns red. He asks quietly, "Have you seen the lass yourself, Sir Brante? How could anyone ignore her?" Still, you ask, was there anything suspicious about her? She speaks slowly. Yes. It was as though she could see his every desire, and he was happy beyond measure in her embrace. He felt like gods themselves were smiling at him, Sir Alcator, and yet it was merely the wine and her beauty, and nothing else. He thanked the young nobleman for his honesty and promised to keep his statement a carefully guarded secret. You sentenced the harlot to 2 days in a pillory for defiling a palace of worship with her depravity. You find no reason to refer Alice to the Inquisition, however. You write "case closed" on Alice's file and put in the archive. Alice's death is prevented. You save the enigmatic singer known as the Golden Voice from an untimely death. I wonder if this is only for the path for nobility. I wonder if it would change if I, because like there's no way that like you can. It appears from the very beginning, so it should be like even if you go for clergy, like if you go for clergy, most probably like you will be the priest who spotted her. If you are the lordless, most probably like you meet her on the street. Maybe is what I think. Two major events take place while you are busy living your life. Firstly, Cornelius Temple is no longer the threat, the great chancellor of the empire. He has been ousted and sent back to his province. His replacement is the Archduke of Monia, Algarius Monroe, the same Monroe who sought to shut down the college. The most powerful lord in the realm finally convinced the emperor and his brother Cornelius was giving too much freedom to the lowborn. Now the policy of the empire will be reversed. Many fear that the great chancellor will destroy the imperial code of laws and other achievements of Cornelius. There are cautious rumors among the people. They say that the new chancellor is going to revoke the right of the common lord to be ennobled by the mantle. Secondly, Bagra, your homeland, now has a new overseer, Gaius Tempus, the other brother of Uther II. Usually, overseer is a province. The overseer of a province is its archduke. After all, it makes sense that the province's most powerful noble to impart the emperor's will to their locals. Yet now, this old tradition has been broken. To no one's surprise, Archduke Tarquinius Milanidas is absolutely furious. Gaius Tempus used to be the main supporter of his brother, former Great Chancellor Cornelius Tempus. The nobles at the Emperor court said that this is a stratagem by the Archnian gentry who want Gaius removed from the court along with Cornelius. Either way, Gaius Tempus and Tarquinius Milanidas will be at each other's throats over the province. This does not bode well for their future. One thing is clear, Magra, your home province, is about to face great challenges. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, before that, let's check. Younger brother of Uther II. Much more reserved in his view than his brother Cornelius, he seeks to help the empire survive as it faces the changes to come. Cassius, opponent of the new faith. Look, even it changed. I remember it's like more evil looking. The Milandas guy. The capital is preparing for a great celebration, the coming of age of Gerian Tempest, heir to the throne. The streets are being cleaned, the low-born merchants are gone from squares, and flags and flower garlands have appeared on the building. By the Emperor's decree, everyone will celebrate for the next 3 days. Eterna is abuzz. A festive procession starts on the streets. Students from college and cadets from the military will be there to show gratitude to the Emperor's family by entrusting them with the power they wield. Ribbons and flags flutter in the wind, the streets are scrubbed clean, and the scent of flowers fills the air. You march side by side with Thomas, carrying the banner of your province. Your friend's brown hair is unusually well combed today. He waves to every girl you see on the street as you pass by. They giggle shyly, and some of them wave back. Did you see that, pal? Look at that beauty, she just smiled at me. Now this is what I call living. I just love parades. The Tempest royal family observes the slowly approaching parade from the balcony of the Imperial Palace. They are joined by the Empire's highest dignitaries and provincial overseers. You see Emperor Uther II with your own eyes there, high above, yet so close. The columns come to a halt at the balcony and salute the Emperor with the mottos of the college and the academy. You join in the other students in crying, "Learning is strength, learning is will." The Emperor raises his hand in a gesture of benevolent greeting. His voice echoes across the square. I accept your gratitude, my loyal subjects. Take pride as you wield your knowledge and valor in the service of the Empire. All who are worthy will be ennobled by the mantle, by my grace. The future nobles around you cheer the Emperor's words, but the jubilation gives way to the murmur of discontent when Archduke Monroe, the new Great Chancellor of the Empire, steps onto the balcony. Oh no. Everyone here remembers all too well how the Archduke attempted to shut down the college by force. Still, the Archduke is the de facto leader of the Archnian gentry. He is a force to be reckoned with, even for the Emperor. And so, he is the Great Chancellor now. Hail your Emperor, common folk. Be obedient and grateful for the good graces you do not deserve by birth. The Archduke does not even bother to hide his contempt for the gathering below. Booed by the crowd, he joins the dignitaries in the back row. You notice one of them, a slender, elegant figure under an emerald banner with a black snake. She is Octavia Milandas, daughter to the Archduke of Magra. Now that's new. You know this Octavia too, right? Eh? Our Archduke Milandas sent his daughter in his stead. That's a sign of disrespect for the Emperor if I ever seen one. If he's so enraged cause he's no longer the overseer of Magra, I mean, you can imagine his surprise. That never happened before. But then, everyone grows silent. A young, slender Archnian with a shy smile comes forth. There are whispers in the crowd. That's Prince Gerian, heir to the throne, ward of Cornelius, promise and hope of the common estate. To the left of Gerian is his younger brother Flavius. He is baffled at the sight of the parade below, too young to process what he is seeing. May the twins be kind to you, my future subjects. I promise to repay you in kind and help you prosper in loyal service to the Empire. Exalted by these words, the future nobles roar as one. All hail Prince Geryon. Another figure stepped into the view next to the heir. He is an Arcanian, elegantly dressed, and his mantle bears the Tempest color. He raises his arm, about to make a speech. Look, that's Gaius Tempest, the Emperor's brother, and the new overseer of Magra, by the by. He seems the Arcanian elders want him as far as from the throne as possible, just like his brother Cornelius. Those two have been promising too many freedoms to commoners like you and me. Wait. He's reserved, but he still wants to help. Long live Prince Geryon, students of the college, cadets of the academy. Time and again, you have proven yourself to the Empire by word and deed. Today is a day of great celebration, and in honor of Prince Geryon, you must ask the Emperor to guarantee forever the right of distinguished common folk to be ennobled by the mantle. So ask now. The cadets and students freeze in hesitation. They exchange glances, unsure whether to follow the words of the Emperor's own brother. On the balcony high above, Prince Geryon also remains still, awaiting a reaction from the crowd. Archduke von Rogue briskly steps into view once more. He takes several seconds to observe the crowd before he speaks. Imperial subject, what the Emperor's brother wishes to say is you must always remember that you owe your status to the Tempest dynasty. The Emperor accepts your gratitude and sends you off with his blessing. You may leave now. But the columns stay where they are. That's not what Gaius Tempest said. Let the Emperor hear us. The law. We ask for the law. Commotion and murmur spread. Murmur spread over the crowd as some of the future nobles refuse to follow the Archduke's order. There are shouts here and there. The law. We ask for the law. The academy officers and teachers of the college urge them to fall in line and resume the parade, but tension is rising. The crowd slowly grows enraged and unruly. You have to decide where you stand here. Diplomacy. Damn it. One more. You decide to wait while others demand for a new law and still others try to restore order. Nobody knows how this will end. In the meantime, you conserve your energy and watch the events unfold. The chant grows louder with every second. The law! The law! Academy officers are trying to shout the vocal cadets and students into submission and order you back to procession. But they are barely heard above your chant. Still, some submit and form back into columns. But the impassioned chant continues, and you find yourself in the heart of the chanting crowd. Thomas walked right past you, waving his arms wildly, calling for you to join the chant. The law! The law! But you do not respond. Thomas gives up on you. He moves to the center of the square, where the vocal future nobles are gathering. The Imperial Guard cavalry regiment emerges from the palace. They start slowly advancing on the crowd, hands on their swords, pushing people out of the square. At the end, this conflict is clear. Another moment and the cavalry will crush the disobedient youth. You swiftly maneuver away from the danger and rejoin your semblance of a column in the procession. The orders of the academy officers and cadets finally had some effect. Most students submit and return to the columns. The commotion in the square is quelled and the cavalry withdraws. Emperor Uther II appears on the balcony again. Archduke von Rogue, the Emperor's great chancellor, stand by his side. The square falls silent at the sight of the sovereign. My subjects, I can see how overjoyed you are for Prince Geryon, but your show of reverence and gratitude is clear enough. Now follow the great chancellor's order and obey my will. Continue the parade and sing the praises of the Tempest dynasty that's given you so much. Maybe not you, but Cornelius is way better. The square obediently lines up into the columns once again. The bout of defiance is in the past now, and they resume in their festive parade through the city streets. You march along with the column. You steer clear of the commotion and all the useless rebellion, and now everything is back as it should be. Glory to Emperor Uther. Glory to Prince Jarian. Overseer in power. So we should push it up. Commoners in power. Good. Willpower increase. Plus 10. The way of the sword. Your studies at the college come easily to you. Only now do you realize the importance of all the lessons you had to endure as a child at father's expense. Month after month, you study the judge's trade down the smallest detail, growing more confident in your new calling with every lecture. But there is more to your education than the judge's trade and imperial law. You also learn manners and courtly etiquette and poetry and composition, and even fencing. And some days you go with Thomas to a deserted patch of land to practice with the sword. Then, finally, the day of your judge exam comes. You send your test results to father, then he replies with an appointment to a judge office in the prefecture of Magra. Now, you have a new life and a new profession back home. You return to your hometown as a judge. It is early at the great temple of the twins. Your heart skips a beat as you step inside the temple. It feels like that day from your childhood again. The priest is standing at the altar and the temple is divided into two halves. But you're no longer a frightened little child anymore. You are now a grown man who is about to become a noble. The flaw on the common side is there to cause pain. You feel the jagged edge even though the soles of your boots. This pain marks your final few seconds as a commoner. The priest stands before you. You kneel again, but now there is warm, smooth marble under your knees. You hear the words spoken above your head. From this day forth, your lot is strength and will. And from this day forth, you will rule, and fight, and pursue the arts. Now rise, noble. You place your lips on the smooth steel of the sword, and when you rise again, you realize that the trembling you felt since your first sacrament is now completely gone. You arise a new man. Your every motion now uncannily accurate, your thoughts surprisingly fresh, your muscles ready to face the fight. This day feels worthy of a poem, and now you compose one if you wish. You touch your back, the mark of the lash from your previous sacrament is gone, completely erased forever. You hurry from the sacrament back to your room at the college. Your father's gift awaits you there, a sword, your very own sword. Now to celebrate, all college students are invited to the college tournament, then a party. The sword feels wonderful in your hand, a promise of future victories. The tournament began. The stands are loud with anticipation. Never in your entire life have you seen so many beautiful noble ladies in one place, but there is only one who attracts everybody's attention. The raven-haired, black-eyed Octavia Milandas, the daughter of the Archduke of Magra, has graced the tournament with a visit. She's wearing a dress of emerald green, her austere hairdo immaculate. She is surrounded by her ladies-in-waiting, all beauties in their own sight. When the noble entered the tournament, he must announce the name of the lady whose honor he is fighting for. Many shout the names of their loved one in the stalls. You know that many would fight for Octavia Milandas, but the onus of responsibility is too great. You take a few steps with the sword, warming up for the fight. Soon it is your turn. All eyes are on you now. The young lady Octavia hides her face behind the hand fan, yet her eyes watch you with curiosity. I don't think I can fight for her, and I don't like Octavia. I choose a lady in the public. You approach the stalls and introduce yourself. You choose one of the ladies in waiting who strikes your fancy and announce that you'll fight in her honor. Now bored, Octavia Milandas hides her beautiful face behind the emerald hand fan. The first fight begins. The rules are the same as any noble duel. Whoever draws first blood wins. Your first opponent does not put up much of a fight. A few minutes later, he misses a jab out to the thigh. Your shirt is soaked with sweat. The hilt of your sword feels slippery with your wet fingers. The two of you fight in a row and face a new opponent. You know him well. He was mentored at the prefecture of the Eternal after you. He is unusually quick and nimble in a fight. He catches you with a feint and follows up with an easy jab to the side. Fair enough, 2 victories. Not that bad. You salute the lady in waiting with your sword, and she gracefully accepts the gesture. You leave the arena. You will remember this day for the rest of your life, the day when you became a noble. You have earned the judge mantle and the noble title. I'm not gonna go for pure noble. Just before you leave the capital, you overhear something unusual on the street. Junius Diamond, Patriarch of Asenia and one of the leaders of the new faith, will stand trial before the church tribunal. The Order of the Inquisition has accused Patriarch Junius of patronizing blasphemous witches and disseminating heresy. Hey, isn't that with Sophia? Right. Sophia is under Junius, right? If I'm not mistaken. The Holy Tribunal claims that Junius Diamond was scheming to free all witches and sorcerers from the collars that feather their accursed power. And what's worse, the Patriarch was also accused of forming with the Lawless, a dangerous secret society based in the imperial capital. Members of this society have been assaulting inquisitors and priests of the church, as well as freeing witches from the cleansing and fire and helping them to escape the holy law. Now, the Patriarch must face the Holy Tribunal and the Inquisition in Eterna. By all accounts, this is a devastating blow to the new faith and the end of days for Junius Diamond himself. The Inquisition will make the most of this opportunity to rid the land of his unwelcome Patriarch and who dare to shake the foundation of the old faith. But then comes the sudden news of Patriarch Junius to reply to the Holy Tribunal. It is no less stunning than the accusation. These words are nothing but lies. I will say this to anyone who dares to bring this accusation against me in person. I want those hypocrites to bear the full weight of their responsibility for this slander against me, my flock, the Diamond Dynasty, and the Holy Order. I agreed to stand trial before the Holy Tribunal, but I will face them on my own land, on my own terms. Patriarch Junius has already received strong support from Patriarch Luke and many priests across Archnia. The parishes of New Faith throughout the Empire are now speaking in support of Junius Diamond. The Church of our Twin of Gods is about to rend in twain. The Inquisition has no choice but to revoke the trial in order to avoid the coming schism. Their new official stand is Patriarch Junius is wrongly accused, and the Holy Tribunal will not apply more cautious judgment during any future trials against the follower of New Faith. Following the teaching of Patriarch Fotis is no longer seen as a heresy by the Inquisition. The trial of Junius Diamond has been averted, but the divide in the church is only deepening. The New Faith has directly challenged the Old Faith. The result is uncertain depending on who you ask. Some say Junius Diamond all but pled guilty. Others believe that Patriarch and the alleged rebellion against the church as well as the Inquisition is nothing but a ruse. There are also people who think the entire situation sounds like one secret chancery dirty deed. One way or another, Patriarch Asenia and the co-leader of the New Faith remains at his post. But for how long? And how will the Old Faith and New Faith clash next? Schism. Kill him. Okay, now, the more I think about it, I kind of screwed up. Okay? I feel like I should not have become a nobleman. Like, I thought like if I become a nobleman, I can help the lawless, like, to fight for their justice. But it seems like now it's more of a like you're disregarding the rest. Now I'm thinking, should I actually like redo this chapter and start back as Lawless? Because I do have quite a lot of stats, for for being a lawless. Like lawless, you need manipulation and scheming. Okay, like if I want to, I think I can push my manipulation up to max and like have they say that if you're at 20, you can unlock basically an amazing feat, okay, that you cannot do in any other way. And my base manipulation is very high, so maybe I should redo it, because like this is the end of the chapter, maybe I should. Like I joined Sophia because like Sophia was asking like join us and you become the lawless, and then we'll change the society from the from the shadows. Maybe because like here the lawless at large, like outwit Philippe, path of the lawless. Okay, so like this one I think we can go for this. The secret society is betrayed. Like I bet that Gloria, she will she'll prefer us to go this path. I hope. Victory in the tournament. And besides, we don't have valor. Like if I really want to go for nobleman, I should have done it from the very beginning. And I've decided to be under on Gloria's side, which is basically indirectly saying that I'll be going for the lawless. But the thing is that I was thinking that if I become the nobleman, I can become a judge and like skew heavily leaning to help the lawless. And the fact that right now I can see there's three heroines. Okay, one is Sophia. Sophia is now with the lawless, and then we have the Octavia. She we need to win the tournament, okay, and gain her affection. Or the third one is probably like the you go for the church, okay, and the girl when we're in our adolescent, okay, the one right before we may have an epiphany. Maybe. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I feel like I'm more suited to be a lawless. So maybe I should redo it. Okay, we'll redo this chapter, but as lawless this time. Okay, we're gonna skip a lot. Okay? Like, we're gonna most probably at the when we enter college, that's the first part. Okay, let's skip. Run after the students. Run after the students. This one we haven't chose, so we're gonna go and read. The students' merriment is infectious. You join their group, they are almost your age, maybe 1 or 2 years older. You see so many faces, and soon you're getting in the tavern somewhere in the city, getting to know so many people at a massive table. So many people, you do not even bother to remember their names now. And the wine, it flows like water. A lively tune is in the tavern. A girl just a little bit older than you pulls you off the seat to dance. Her dress is unbuttoned, a bit more than it's supposed to be. She smells of wine and honey. You copy her emotion and in the dance as your hand clasps her waist. It slides lower of its own accord. You pull her away and stares in your eyes, and then kisses you on the lips. You are startled at first, but soon you respond to the kiss as you pull her soft, supple body even closer to you. You spend all night dancing, only returning to the table to catch your breath and quench your thirst. The girl keeps embracing you, laughing and pouring even more wine into your glasses. You feel at ease, you feel carefree, you feel happy. You do not remember returning to the lodging house. Your head and legs are aching in the morning. You can barely remember the names of the last night's companions. After some consideration, you choose to remain in bed for the rest of the new day. Well, at least we got Will. Luke's sermon. I think this one here we've read this. Resistant. Resistant is gonna give us some diplomacy. Roughly remember. The advance of new faith. The city that never sleeps. Secret salon. If I do this, I'm probably gonna have like to the Markian society. But I don't remember salon giving us much. Wait, I think it does. I think it gives us some manipulation or like cunning. And we do need that scheming. Yeah, I do remember. And here comes Sophia. Like, Sophia is in the club. We've read through that a couple of times. Sophia. Help her. Too bad that we didn't save Sophia during the first run. During her first death. Sympathy. Wait. I can't check her.
I will never forget that day. For it was then that I chose the path I would walk for the rest of my life.
Okay, here is where the they're trying to close the college. We're gonna skip. So we're gonna join Sophia with the Lawless now. Okay, you join Sophia and her men try to rescue the besieged students. You have decided. The storm of doubt in your mind clears at last. You're done serving the will of others. You will defy your Lord, and you do not need another. You're free already, and for this freedom, you're ready to sacrifice anything. You walk to the Lawless as Sophia smiles at you softly. Her companions pat you on the shoulder, and you get to work. The Lawless withdraw the mob in the square and prepare for the raid. They are strong of lowly birth. Their clothes covered in dirt and soot. They hang on Sophia's every word, so the plan is simple. I'll go to the warriors by the side gate and distract them. You know me, I have my ways. The rest of you must get inside the college and lead the people outside. When you're done, wait for my signal. Sparks of yellow flash in Sophia's eyes. She walks with confidence to the noble guarding the side gate. They meet her with drawn swords, and then a flash of yellow light fills their eyes. The warriors freeze in place. Sophia walks away, and then follow her obediently. The path is clear. You hear one of the Lawless gasp in awe. That's our owl, alright. Only she can do that. It's time. You open the gate and get inside the college, leaving the cries of the mob behind. Nobody stops you. Once this is over, you scatter the hall to search for the halls for students and professors. They are not too eager to trust the trespassing commoners, but with Agnian swords hanging over their heads, they trust you anyway. The student's garb helps you to convince them. You take everyone you can find out of the college through the same unguarded gate. The Lawless take a roll call in the hot alleyway behind the college. You rescue almost 24 men. Sophia is the last to reach you. It's time to leave. The maze of hidden alleyways takes you safely to a path of an abandoned land. Sophia clambers up onto the half-crumbled wall of an old house. She lights her pipe and gestures confidently for everyone to come closer. Welcome all. We are Lawless. We are the people who will never stand for the injustice of the imperial system. We live as we see fit. We have no masters, only our own free will. Join our rank, and you will forever be free from the whims of the Archnians and the gentry. Walk away, and they will be free to do as you see fit. I believe today was a fair show of their intentions. So this is what happened. Like when I chose the path of nobility. Like what happened was like we did get into the we did get in and help the students, but I wonder if like, well, they definitely are able to save the students before us. Like they don't really need us, but strength comes in numbers. Okay, the free student exchange glances. If they join you, their hope of being ennobled by the mantle will be cut short, but they already saw how precarious their position is. Many of them are enraged at the fact that the Archers can take their rights whenever they please. We won't force you to stay. You're free to leave and go back to the college. When it opens, if it opens. Yeah, but if you don't want to dance to their tune anymore, the Lordless welcomes you. Many students join the ranks of Lordless that day. You are among them. You're greeted by the motto of the Lordless. Our cause is just. Your new life has begun. Your life as a member of an outlaw brotherhood, there is no going back. You'll be neither a nobleman nor priest. Your father will never forgive you for letting the family down. But for the first time in your life, you feel truly free. You have defied your lord. Now your fate is yours alone. What is happened next? Remain a commoner. You remain in the common estate with no choice but to fend for yourself and make your own way in the world. Oh, family, right? You return to the lodging house one last time to gather your belongings for the move to new home. Young man dressed in dress uniform. It's Thomas. What can I take? I cannot swear. Take the ring. What will he say? You take one of the ring from his outstretched palm. The two of you have walked side by side even though your paths might diverge. You're ready to preserve your friendship in brass forever. You put on the ring on your pinky, a perfect fit. Thomas does the same. He starts beaming again. Now we're friends forever. For all eternity. We gotta celebrate this. Come, I know a place. I gotta show you. Tastiest meat I ever tried, Brante. My treat. Okay, I think this one is almost all the same. Bound by friendship. You write a letter to home and tell them you failed to get into college. There is no other way. Father would have learned everything one way or another. It isn't an easy letter to write. He did send you to the capital, specifically to attend the college after all. Give me a second. You write about the Archduke Monroe assault and students' doubtful future, that their right to be ennobled by the mantle may be revoked. You tell them that you plan to get a job in the capital and earn a living. They should accept your choice. The reply from your family arrives very quickly. We sent you to the capital with our sole purpose, but you failed. Indeed, nobody expected an attack on the college, but you could have upheld your right to study there and be more firm. Cornelius' Tempest will ensure the college opens again, yet you have already ejected the nobleman's lot, and to what end? I can only accept your choice now, but you will no longer receive any support from the family. It's up to you to earn your keep. I can only hope that you will not disappear in the capital. This entire siege accident is nothing but a poor excuse. You failed to uphold your right to enter the college, and that is the end of it. It cost father so much time and money to send you to the capital, and you reject it all? And for what? To remain a commoner until the end of your days? I hope would one day become my equal, but now the very thought of this is just absurd. There is another letter. It is from Gloria. It seems neither father nor Stephen knew she sent it. Sir Robert smashed her face when he read your letter. Stephen screamed at the top of his lungs about lowborn and foul bloods. Fortunately, I let Mother and Nathan away before we get all in trouble. But I'm proud of you. You defied father's will. You went against all expectation, against this entire rotten system. You made this decision, Now, follow it to the end. I believe this path will lead to you somewhere worthy. Take care of yourself, my brother. Like, when we became the nobleman, she like, good luck, something like that. Very, indifferent to us. The Lotless. You cast one final glance over the room where you lived for so long. Here is the table which you sat studying all those books. Here is the bed on which you dream your dreams of the future. Your things are packed. You walk down the stairs. The landlord's servile smile is gone now. The unspent remainder of the funds allocated to your accommodation drop onto the counter from his reluctant hand, and then he turns away. You have no lot now. You are free. Free even from the knowledge of your tomorrow. You have cast away your destiny. But for what? This remains to be seen. The Brante family will support you no longer. But you have to find a place to stay in the capital so you can aid the Lotless. So you seek Sophia. I'm afraid I can't offer you a noble estate, but you found a basement in an abandoned house made into a home. It's on the bank of Regalata by the river port. It's livable, but only one room for everyone. So bring your own bedding. It's warm and clean, and we have food and a place to keep our things. You'll be safe. After all those carriage rides, going through the city street on foot isn't half bad. The bayside wind still gets under your skin, but it cools you down on hot days. Now that you need it, you were born in Anazot, in the very southernmost part of the empire, and the hot season in the capital is nothing compared to the real heat in Magra. You recall all the hot days in the garden, sitting with father and talking about the lots, about your future in the capital. He used to look at you with such pride. He was confident you would follow his footsteps. A chilling gust of wind snaps you out of it. Enough of nostalgia. It's time for you to face the future you have chosen for yourself. The house where the Lotless live is close to the port. The basement entrance is hard to find, but you eventually locate it. Inside one large room with a bedding and belongings strewn about all over the floor, you find some free space in one of the corners, so you place your bedding and your things nearby. Then you take a good look around. There's only a handful of people in the building. You introduce yourself to them. They show you the utilities, a small kitchen, a room with a stove, and several buckets of water. If you need more water, the river is right nearby. You ask them how long they live here. About 8 months, one of the Lotless tell you. They took over this basement back when they only had 10 members. Most of them more or less homeless, disowned by their families, expelled from the college, academy, or seminary. Sophia found a place where they could all live together. Everyone sleeps in the basement and meets in the abandoned house above. Sophia is certainly thoughtful, you intone. That she is, your fellow Lotless says, nodding. He takes good care of us, but she also really secretive and demands that we follow her orders to the letter. Even after all those months, nobody knows where she lives. She only shows herself when she deems it necessary. Soon, you come to know the Lotless better, and you see that they truly believe in what they are doing. At present, they are trying to expand their ranks and convince the common folk that the present order in the Empire can and must be fought. You can do this. You have to believe you can do this, and you have to do whatever Sophia says. Some of the student rescue are also here. With their arrival, the ranks of the Lotless practically double. The events at the college turn them against the current system. They are eager to act, and so are you. Sophia meets with every newcomer in private. It takes a few days before she finally speaks to you too. Sophia is sitting at a desk behind a pile of papers. He looks worn out, but still smiles at you. Hi, there's a reason I wanted to talk to you last. Our ranks are growing, but not everyone is smart and learned and cunning as you. I need results, and I expect to get them from you. We have to tell the common folk the truth about what happened in the college. It doesn't matter how we do it, the Lotless will never forget. It will never forgive the nobles for what they did. We have to tell people that we exist. We have to recruit new members, and I know you can think of a way to do both. I expect a report in 1 week at our next meeting. Good luck. Sophia? What the hell happened to you? Like, that's it? No, no talks about the past. Well, I didn't save her during the first time, but I'm wondering what would happen if I did save her. Will she act better? Sylvia stops talking and looks at you. You nod. There's something else you want to tell her, but you have no plan just yet. It seems she has no time for small talk. You leave the meeting room. What will you do now? How can you tell everyone about the lawless without everyone getting arrested? The best place to do this would be somewhere on the outskirts of the city, in the markets and taverns where commoners tend together. You spend the rest of the day strolling the city streets. After a night of pondering, you have 3 ideas. Your first idea is the safest. Print a lot of leaflets and spread them all across the Turner. Tiny pieces are easy to hand out, and all of it takes a few printed words that hit home. And a printing press. Can you find a print shop that will support your cause? Plan number 2. Talk about the lawless to anyone who's willing to lend an ear. This is a more reliable option. After all, people tend to believe other people more than words on a paper. It's more dangerous too. It's easier to arrest an orator than an author. And your numbers are few as it is. And then, plan number 3. The city is still abuzz of what happened at the college. Somewhere out on the frantic street are people willing to heed your call. Instead of wasting time and effort telling everyone about the lawless, perhaps you should focus on recruiting. Okay, manipulation. Like, this is the best, I think. Printing leaflet is the safest way to go. They will tell everyone the truth about the events of the college, and you will stay safe all the while. But can they read? That's another question I'm asking. Okay, they will tell everyone. You now have to find a place to print them. Your newfound comrade gives you the name of the editor of a local newspaper called Imperial Sunrise. He sympathizes with the lawless. He even gives Sophia shelter in the attic once during a raid. It's time to write the text that will be printed. The Agni considered us dirt beneath their horses' hooves. They will do anything to bring us down and stay in power. Do you know what happened at the college? Did you hear Archduke Monroe mocking humans and threatening to kill anyone who entered college? We did. Did you see him ready to kill innocent students inside the college before they were rescued? We did. Agnes think that they can do whatever they want. Will you keep on living under their thumb, or are you ready to make a change? This looks good. Sophia takes a look too, and nods. She writes a brief note on a piece of paper and tells you to head to the editor's house. Give the note to the servant and everything will be ready. The editor lives in a wealthy neighborhood. There are planters with flowers in them. At every door on the street, the knocker shines in the sun like a mirror. You glimpse on the reflection in the metal before you grab it. A servant opens the door. He glances at the note and asks for the text to be printed. You'll be ready in a week, he says, and the door is locked again. You return 1 week later and receive a big stack of leaflets. You divide them among the lawless. It only takes a single day to distribute them all. Rumors quickly fill the streets of Eterna. On the following day, you already hear people talking. The nobles have done it this time. You better do something. It's time for change. Next time you meet Sophia, she rewards you with a restrained praise. Well done. I expected nothing less from you. I'm glad to have you among our ranks. Among us. "18 years old. You'll live another year in the capital. Trial of the 50. Yeah, Trial of the 50, I don't think there's any changes because we are just viewing them. The ranks of the lawless are growing steadily now. It's getting harder and harder to breathe in your makeshift meeting hall. Most of the people came all across Eterna. Most of them are commoners, laborers, craftsmen, and eager students. All of them feel the social order based on the laws is out of date. They are always discussing this, both at the major meetings and one-on-one. How can you change society without taking arms? How can you defend those who will suffer at the noble's hands? You write several articles for a newspaper that is sympathetic to your cause. You cover the page with Imperial Sunrise, freedom-loving ideas. But before your words could reach the printed page, you let Sophia read them. I like your articles. They really sting. They burn with general fervor and true audacity. And most importantly, you've been calling for action more and more. Our cause is just, and I know it well. Your words light a fire in man's heart. They bring hope for change. I'll never be able to do this without you, Brante. Thank you. It's time for another meeting of the Lawless. Sophia calms down the crowd before she begins. My friends, it's time for us to act. We are strong, we are united. There are many, our cause is just. Her words are met with cries of support and your voice joins them. Sophia smiles, but there's still hard control edge in her eyes. 1 month from now, the Empire will hold the ritual of purification in St. Ignatius Square. Mages and witches who refuse to repent and wear collars will be murdered in a public execution. The church is prepared carefully for this. But these witches never asked for this. They were branded at birth. Our lot is to suffer, but theirs is something far worse. Wait, what? The Inquisition collars takes away everything. Your family, your estate, your will. Oh, your free, your will. A mage becomes a weapon of the Inquisition. They are stripped of their lot and placed in the world. Mages are the true lawless. A witch's collar is the worst prison of all. We must set them free. Their freedom will mark the beginning of freedom for the entire empire. The cries of approval die down, replaced by a growing mumble of confusion. Nobody in the room wants to openly defy the Inquisition. Sophia raises her hand, her eyes glinting in the reflected golden candlelight. The room falls silent. We are not going to wage a war against the Inquisition. All we are going to do is hold a march to support the mages. This will be a statement. We will seek the support of Patriarch Junius Diamond. He says that those who wield magic have the same rights as anyone else in the Empire. He seeks to give the mages the freedom to find their own way to the twins. We are going to show the Patriarch that we have heard his words and are ready to openly heed his call. I'm a mage myself. He took off my collar and allowed me to choose my own path. I'm going to give every mage and witch the same chance. Nobody ever would choose to born with magic, but mages have the right to choose to abandon their power and follow the twins. Our cause is just. Sophia let others speak their mind. Some fully support the march, others hesitate, unsure what to do. There is also a small group of people who reject the idea outright. Magic is evil, they say. Witches are dangerous. Supporting witches means defying the twins. Sophia leans over them. Angry sparks dance in her eyes. I am a witch and yet you follow me. You choose to trust me. There's no time left to doubt. If you are not ready to walk this road, it'll be best for you to leave the Lawless right away. Several people leave the hall. Some of them ashamed, others grim. They all get a parting message from Sophia. A cry rings through the basement and out onto the street. You will tell them nothing. Everyone else grows quiet. This is the first time anyone has seen a leader of the Lawless shout like that. Sophia drops back onto her chair and asks everyone except you and 3 others to leave. You know these 3 Lawless. Sophia uses them for special assignments. You get ready to hear what she has to say. I feel like now Sophia's getting too haughty and she's gonna fall. The goal of our march is to get Junius Diamond's attention. We need his patronage. It's essential that he hear about us and support our movement. Without his aid and influence, our fight is doomed. Then talk to him. Not by doing this. With that, Sophia starts giving orders. She sends a young man to get collars, tell a lively girl to gather people and prepare banners, and instruct a lean legion soldier to plan out the shortest route and the best location to begin the march. Then Sophia dismisses them. It is only the 2 of you now. The basement room you used as a meeting hall grows empty and quiet. And you finally notice how tiny and exhausted Sophia looks. Dark rings encircle her eyes, and her skin is grey as parchment. She worked so hard for your sake. After a moment of quiet, Sophia speaks to you about the Imperial Legion. I don't want to scare the others too soon, but I think You know what I'm going to say. If they have trained legionnaires guarding the square instead of prefecture gendarmes, the soldiers won't stand on the ceremony. Some might die during this march. They spend half the night planning escape routes in case you have to run for your life. By the time the plan is finally ready, both of you are on the verge of nodding off. There's one thing that Sophia wants to discuss, however. Many people have joined the Lawless over the past few weeks, but we still don't have enough members. We need to attract others on the streets in order to make our march stronger. People need to see that we are not just misfits. Sophia has two ideas for attracting more people to the march, but you only have enough time to implement one of them. You could call upon the commoners who will support the doctrine of the Patriarchotes to join the march. Plenty of people in Eterna had suffered at the hands of the Inquisition back when the new faith was first emerged. Those who rejected the lots were treated as heretics and punished accordingly. Alternatively, you could seek support from the clergy and nobles. Even among them, many have relatives and friends who have suffered at the hands of the Inquisition. Sophia looks up from her papers. The circles around her eyes are even darker now. She's barely reacting to the world around her. She is a shadow of the confident young leader of the Lawless you saw at the meeting. She lights her pipe and throws herself into a chair, her eyes half letting out, looking utterly exhausted. It seems the decision is yours. You put work aside in order to help Sophia regain her breath. Sophia! Mobilize the commoner. Like, I don't want Sophia to be... this is a hard choice. Romance! Show Sophia your support. Sophia smokes a pipe, sending reeks of smoke flying through the room, thinking. You look around and notice a half-empty bottle of wine, likely left by one of the Lawless. It doesn't take long to find somewhat clean mug and pour some wine in for Sophia. Then you find another and pour some for yourself. Sophia glances at the mug of wine, then at you. A little smile appears on her face, almost imperceptibly. For a brief moment, she's the same girl Anizot used to know, with the sun shining in her eyes, but her smile almost immediately gives way to grief. She takes a sip of wine and winces. You try yours, the wine has gone sour. Thanks. That was very thoughtful of you. I'm glad you're here. Every day I realize the more and more that I made the right choice. I'd never be able to do this without you. She takes another sip, looking more and more relaxed now. You say you're also happy to be one of the Lawless. Going against your parents' wishes to find your own way was the right decision. Sophia lets herself assume a slightly more comfortable pose in the chair and smile a little bit more. You could have been whatever you wanted, but you chose to join us. That's brave, if I do say so myself. We'd be enemies right now if you had followed your father's footsteps. Her face grows grim. Those who take by force, oppress and extort us should never rule. We shouldn't be the ones suffering because of them. It's all wrong. You know, I still have nightmares about it. Sophia's voice trails off suddenly, and you understand what she's talking about. Distant memories flash before your eyes. The street shaking under thundering hooves, screams and cries, dogs barking, and the arrogant Archnean barking orders. Sparks of gold. You look away burning with guilt. Sophia laughs ever so quietly. Don't blame yourself for that. It's the world, not you. Sophia leans in closer so you can smell tobacco and wine. Her face is so near and her lips are right by your ear. And we have to change it. She leans back and down her wine. Ah! It's late. Go get yourself some sleep. I'll finish this on my own. Ah! The two of you go outside and say goodnight. You watch her walk away, wondering if she's just as strong as she looks. I got a feeling. I got a feeling. Oh no, I'm really tempted. Okay, what I mean by tempted is that because if I did Sever, like she's gonna be oh, and then like that was going to be like this point here. And her lips are right by your ear. If that's the case, then later they're gonna kiss. Damn. Okay. I really want to see that since you're gonna go for full, for full. Oh boy. Hidden. Okay. We're gonna redo it again. We're gonna do it again, but this time we're gonna go for pure lawless, okay? The man himself. Oh my god. Childhood. Okay, come on. I wanna see. Okay, begin chapter. Dancing lesson. His sword. Perception. Faith end. Reach out to the palm. This is mother. Perception. Give me a second. Let me check personality. Determination, spineless. Okay, speed up. Sit there and wait. Perception. Perception, curious. You know your lot, you know the prayer. You feel compelled by this divine light. You feel sing the last line wrong. Know your lot and know the prayer. The lots are lies told everywhere. You shout these words, but you have no idea how they came to you. The shining pair stands behind her back, turned to look at you. You can feel their gaze piercing you from the top to bottom. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the window. Now Gloria is staring at you. You see disappointment in her eyes. That's not the way the song ends. Why did you ruin it? Huh? You tried quite displeased with your cleverness. Okay, I screwed up there. Okay, rewind chapter. Okay, kind of screwed up a lot. Childhood. Yeah, reach out to the palm. Wait, now let's take a look. Yeah, I think go for perception is better. Okay. Reach out to the palm. Come on. childhood. Sit there and wait. Curious. Sing it properly. Sing the last song. Sing the song properly. You know your Lord and know the prayer. For the twins see everywhere. You can feel the gaze piercing from top to bottom. They melt to the dim light coming from the shadow. Perception 3? Childhood. Went through this a lot. Remember, we need to keep our willpower in order to save don't accept. Deny your guilt. You continue to insist that you are not guilty and will not be punished no matter what. You break out of mother's arm and start screaming. You're innocent, you cry, and if he hits you, you hit him back. All fear and shame are gone. You stand up straight and stare defiantly at mother's eyes. Her expression grows bitter. She catches you by the collar of the shirt and drags you down the stairs. I'm doing this for your own good. Do not defy me, Skamo. You're born a commoner, my son. The power and will is not your lot. This is Stefan's lot. You'll become a noble soon. Life for you and me is humility and suffering. You have to accept it. Determination up. Gloria rhymes. Complain about your sister. Offer to write rhymes with her. Perception. It's gonna unlock the gift, the ant gift. The coming sacrament. They took their first sacrament, and Nathan is born. Redirect her anger to yourself. Determination. Younger brother Nathan is born. Remember, we're still gonna go for Gloria, and because Gloria is basically close to the secret society. Perception +4. Keep playing your mother. Willpower +5. Toy soldiers. Tell him the truth. You tell father that you repaid the impudent boy in kind. Now 5. Remember, we need to keep our willpower to save her. Tell him the truth. It isn't fair to blame you for without letting you speak to. You didn't want to shove that stupid boy. He was the one who shoved you first. But the angry nobleman, the boy's father, will not let you finish. Nobody cares a whit for your so-called truth, little lowborn. The law is the law, and your punishment is due. Father nods in agreement, and these words, no matter how sad they make him. They lead you to the nobleman's son out the shop. You told to bow him and show humility. A bad feeling sends a shiver down your spine. With a satisfied grin on his face, the boy swings his arm and stabs you in the cheek. He strikes you again and again. Enough! He's got what he deserved. We're leaving. Get out of our way. Your head is swimming from the heavy blows. You return to the senses in your bed. Father stays by you all day. The morning after, you find a little box on your bed with 10 soldiers of the holy orders inside. You paid dearly for your stubbornness. Uh-oh. Grandfather. Uh-oh. I'm afraid that I can't talk him out of this. Watch her melt helplessly. Willpower increase. Demand that mother be introduced. Distaste. Reputation, tarnish honor. The kaleidoscope. Nope. Return to your studies. Keep looking through the kaleidoscope. If I do this, then Gloria's gonna hate me. But I'll definitely be more perceptive. But I'm not gonna go this. Keep looking through the kaleidoscope. Like, if I continue, I'm probably gonna increase nobility. You continue peering into the ever-changing patterns the kaleidoscope offers you. They truly became interesting when you pointed to the shining pillar gleaming in the sky. In your mind's eye, one battle follows another, filling your ears with clanging of steel and neighing of horses. You are leading the Imperial Army now. Everybody is so proud of you. Grandfather says you're even better than Stephen, and Father's stern voice cuts your daydream short. You lost all track of time. It's evening now. How did you get your hands on this toy, Skamu? Why aren't you studying? Give it to me. You have double lessons tomorrow. Well, so many willpower. Sweet temptation. Tell him the truth. -1. Perception, inquisitive. Sacrament. Willpower. Kiss the sword. Let's kiss it. The whip slices through the air about the strike, but your eyes are transfixed on the blade the priest hold in the other hand. You jump away, the lash misses you. You grab the blade with your hands and cut into them without mercy. The priest wrenches it away from your bloody fingers. You look at him straight in the eye. I'm Skamu, House of Brante. The priest freezes in shock. You seize this moment to pull the sword closer and kiss the smooth, cold blade. You hear cries of outrage among the churchgoer. Mother prostrates herself on the jagged floor, racked with fear. Father remains still, baffled for what you have done. Grandfather looks at you intently, as though he's seeing you for the first time. There's semblance of respect in his gaze. You're forced back to the commonest place at the altar. The acolyte seizes you by the arms and keeps you and your face bent closely to the bloody, jagged stones of the floor. The lash strikes on your right shoulder, then your left shoulder. Then you're told to rise. You are a commoner. Mother takes your hand and leads you out of the church. Once you're outside, she scolds you for being insubordinate and bringing shame to your family. Nathan holds your hand as you walk. his tearful face of mixture and confusion and awe look in your eyes. Ooh, that improved. You do not feel as though you have made a mistake. You did what was right for you. Ooh, determination up. Okay. Childhood years are over. Next. Okay, we are going to save Sophia. Like, I didn't expect to like redo this too early
I
on.
was growing up fast. The school, the streets, and the whole wide world awaited me beyond the gate of my parents' house.
Well, we're still in Magra and Anizot. Okay, first we gotta start with Sophia. We're gonna start with Sophia. The boy down the street. I met Thomas and give him a beating. The bold-faced bully is taller and clearly stronger, but nobody talks to you like that. You leap at Thomas and start tearing at him. He jumps backwards, surprised by your assault. It takes him a moment to compose himself, but now he is ready. His fists quick cover the face, and he attacks you with a quick jab. And it's now your turn to take a step backward. He started trading blows, huffing and puffing with rage. The younger brothers gawk in awe at sight. Okay, this one we've read before. Nobility. Unprincipled. Riders on the road. Okay, shield Sophia from the road horses. You throw yourself blindly into the road, swinging your arms wildly. Dazed by the sound of the thundering hoofs, you can see nothing in the dust. For a brief moment, the horses slow you down, just long enough for Sophia to get back on her feet and flee the roadside. But then, the riders dig their spurs in. Dozens of hoofs knock you off your feet and roll across your body. Your bones crack, break, and crumble. Your ears are ripped apart by the thundering rhythm of the ride. Your innards are pulverized. The last thing you remember is the sound of your own skull cracking, craving in. First death. You fall into a pain that embraces you like a soft feather bed. You feel light, free. There are no restraints, just a warm glow that envelops you in secure embrace. The waves carry you. Their touch is soft. They delicately enshroud what was once your body. It is feeling unlike anything you have ever experienced before. Something absolute and complete. You touch something greater. The reason behind everything. The reason for your very existence. I thought like the twins are like girls. Like I didn't expect to be guys. You were scattered from this light. It was the first thing you ever felt. A boundless and a sincere unity of the diverse. Your beginning was a spark that cast this light in all directions, and now you are here again, one with the beginning of everything. The light gleaming from you resembles the light of the shining pillar. You still see it in the north as always. The waves of light carry you to two figures. Elder is the nearest. He is ready to accept you. He is quiet, wise, kind, and pure. The younger waits further back. You do not know what he is yet. The waves pause at the elder's feet. He leans over you and plants a feather-like kiss on your forehead. The kiss spreads all over you. You are filled with unparalleled delight and bliss. You exist. You are unique. There is no one else like you. They know this and they love you. You will never be alone. You are a part of them and a part of your family, a part of this universe. The twin gods will never leave you. They watch over you constantly. The elder softly touches you as you lie spread amongst the waves of sending you down further a torrent of light. You float on the top of the silver tree spreading on your crown. The closer you get to the silver tree, the heavier you become. The waves draw you down along its trunk, but you do not wish to be part of this warmth and softness with love. You turn around, the elder is still watching. He nods. All is as it should be. Go. Your time has not come yet. You must return to the world now. You tumble down towards your body. You comprehend the true meaning of your lesser death and the divine love that has been revealed to you. Love, not only in the hereafter, it is present in the entire design of the twins. That is the origin of this world. What is the manifestation of this love in your mortal life? What's this? By creating the empire, the twin gods lot gives you a clear mission in this world, thus gifting your very being. Huh? Wait. Wait. What happened here? Is it like I pressed the family that because I was like curious and all, like see if that's like gonna open something new, but it seems that it's a choice. Oh well, we die our first death. You can feel again. You sense your body, head, arms, and legs. Your light fades around you, obedient before a will that is stronger than you. You return to the world. Such is the law of the twins. You will return to the world until the time of your true death. And in this world, you will have a body in which you feel pain and suffering and pleasure. You smell a sickly moist odor. You open your eyes and see the figures of mother and father in the gloom of the family crypt. Speaking to each other quietly, they stop as soon as they hear you gasp. Mother runs to you and locks you in an embrace as father wraps you in his cloak. Neither of them say a word as they lead you out the surface and back home. You met a terrible end, my son. You were trampled by those horses. Don't be so careless ever again. The life you were granted by the twin gods not to be wasted so recklessly. You will be punished for this, but the twins have already meted out their punishment. You tremble, your steps unsteady as you learn how to move again. Your body is eerily smooth, fresh, and renewed. Even the recent scars and scratches are all gone. But there's something new on it, a fresh black mark, a reminder of your lesser death beneath those hooves. Remember that, by the twins' mercy, we are all given enough time in this world. Should you die before your time, you will be brought back by their grace. For 3 times they will rescue you from a terrible fate, but the 4th death is true and final for all. Every loss of life we were granted at birth was a heavy blow to us. But the gods told us not to mourn a lesser death, and so we will humbly accept this and move on. See, your body has been reborn anew, with all the wounds healed. Do not mourn your loss of life, my son, but thank the twin gods for their justice. Do not speak of this, and do not ever play on the road again if you wish to keep on living. You cautiously go back outside the next day. The children from the neighborhood surround you. They all saw you get trampled, and now they question you, and all ask you the same question. What was it like to die? Thomas rescues you from the pest ring. He pushes the motley crew aside, hugs you, and pats you on the back. Bros before hoes. Look at you, buddy. You gave an entire life to keep a girl safe. Then you see Sophia. She is standing nearby, shyly working up the courage to walk over to you. Soon, she finally approaches you and begins speaking rapidly. Kamu, why did you throw yourself in front of those horses? My life isn't worth any more than yours. So why did you think that? You weren't supposed to die there. It was all those riders' fault. They deserve to die, not you. Like, how did she turn into The owl. Her voice rises to a shriek. She suddenly stops and runs back home. You stay where you are, watching her run. The golden rays of the sun dancing in her braided hair. Died one. Well, no more willpower. Whoa, that's quite nice. Basically, everything except willpower went up. Trample. Well, we saved Sophia. So does this mean that she's not gonna go to the Audens? Sophia disappeared after the terrible incident with the horses. Caused it sent to reach Noble Dynasty. Still remember Sophia, but no matter what, life goes on. You're 10 years old now. Okay, we've read through all of this, so we're just gonna go straight up. We're gonna go straight up. Steven's arrival. You rise from the table and help your sister wait on your family. Be friends with Sophia. I'm Gloria. Sympathy +2. Willpower replenish. Remember, I'm not gonna go for nobleman. Like, I'm planning to stick with Sophia, and like I'm more aligned to the Lawless than the nobleman or the clergy. Well, I'm interested in the clergy because like it says that the character can become a prophet. What's this? Willpower. Okay, stash the trophy. I'm not gonna go for noble, so I won't have any choice with Octavia. Octavia is that only available if you become a noble. Like I say, I'm more in line with the Lawless. And like the reason why I'm doing this again is because like we saw Sophia, there's a chance that for her to open up to us. Cat is spinning. Go help Thomas study theology. Okay. If I focus law and history, I'll be more noble. If I help Thomas, what will happen if I help Thomas? Willpower? I think I should help Thomas. Like, Thomas will give me ingenuity if I'm not mistaken. Right? Okay, yes, ingenuity. Ingenuity is needed if you want to become Lawless. Nope, not interested in Noble Titan in this run. Not the lot. Turn him over to the teachers, and then we're gonna get ingenuity. Right? Yep. The silver tree. The problem is the insight. Where can we get the insight? I'm gonna approach the tree this time. Like next time, I'll like try to find where can we get the insight. The red girl like told us about the lies about the lot. The tree is beautiful. The silver white foliage stretches and spreads towards the sky, held aloft by a trunk so thick it would challenge to walk around it. will be a challenge to walk around it. The leaves rustle and whisper peacefully in the wind. The tree, it seems to speak to you. You walk away from the odd-looking preacher and the young acolyte, ignoring them as they call out to you. You walk around the temple and the crowd of people, getting closer to the tree with every step. Then, you extend a hand and then touch the bark. It is unusually warm. You can feel a pulse beneath the roots. The tree is alive. The roots are so gigantic, they form large grottos, spaces of air embraced by roots on the ground. You squeeze into one of these grottos. It is unusually bright and quiet, shielded from the noise of Anisot. Right there is only you and the tree. You sit down. There are leaves rustling all around you. The only noise you hear is the beating of the beating pulse that flows through the tree, and this pulse beats inside with your own heart. You feel clarity, calmness, free of doubt and frustration. The tree speaks to you, or are they your own thoughts, so strange, unfamiliar, and eye-opening? These thoughts speak of soothing love, and of crystal law and of love. And of love and law intertwining to bring the miracle of life to you. You stop slouching and your frown becomes a light smile. Hours pass like fleeting seconds. You lost track until you hear someone shouting your name. Alas, it is time to leave the grotto. The sun is setting over Anisot now. The day was quick to pass. Your teacher frowns, ready to scold you. You mumble an explanation and say you are ready to be punished for disobedience. Yet, the teacher nods in understanding. You keep looking back at the tree all the way. Whatever happened to you today, you find it difficult to put it into words. I wonder what happens if I have have an epiphany. Shadow of the past. Okay, this one we know about Gloria is not our half sister. Well, she is a half sister, but doesn't share the same father. Accept Gloria as your sister. I wonder who Gloria's father is. Thomas. The nobleman slot. Not interested in it. Charge at the attackers. Charge at the attackers. You grab the heaviest rock you can find and get ready to fight. Wait, let me check. Charge at the attackers? If I do this, it's probably be for nobleman. I want ingenuity. I forgot whether with calling the gods will give us ingenuity. Charge at the attackers. The loud strike to flank Steven and surround him. Your brother's sword thrusts and feints methodically in training about. The thugs keep dodging and jumping away. They manage to stay safe so far. If things continue like this, soon one of them will flank Steven, kick the sword out of his hand, and bring him down. The ruffians are paying no attention to you, however. For a moment, you want nothing more than to run away. You belong to the common lot. You are not allowed to bear arms, not allowed to fight. But then, you take one look around Steven, who is almost surrounded, and Gloria sprawled on the ground. I can't act in any other way, can I? Your brother's words ring in your ears. You cannot run, you have to help him, no matter what. You pull a heavy rock out of the old wall. The towel-headed leader of the gang appears behind Steven's back, ready to knock him down. No time to think. It takes you 3 steps to get to the foe. No time to think. You bash the thug in the head with a rock. The wretch stumbles and falls down. Steven sees an opportunity to strike and lunges at the louds. They scatter under his blows. You hear screams and the swishing of the sword. You assault them too, swinging away with the rock, until you catch something pointy in the side. A wave of pain washes over you. Blood started flowing from your side and onto your leg. Steven shouts something, but your mind is already fading fast. When the darkness disperses, you find yourself lying in your bed. Steven is in the armchair next to you reading a book. He's alive! With the left arm in a sling and a black eye, but still alive. As for you, it hurts so much when you try to breathe. You cannot help but moan quietly. Steven looks up from the book. Don't try to get up. You lost a lot of blood. Fortunately, the Archdruid got there too late to see you swinging that boulder around. Otherwise, they had shown you no mercy otherwise. Well, I'm impressed, Camus. You were unarmed, but you still fought them. You acted in defiance of your lot, that is much for certain, but you fought for your family's honor. You know, brother, the nobleman's lot is also a great burden that few are able to bear. It takes courage not to fight everything you see, but to do your duty. Each and every decision of nobleman makes them become part of his family legacy, flowing in the blood type forever. I think about it often. A noble mustn't act weak. A noble mustn't suffer like people of the lowborn. A noble must rule over them wisely. A noble must ensure that they have work to do. It is not merely your own lot you have to look after. You have to ensure that 1,000 others can live by their lots as well. There are so many matters to take care of. Honor, dignity, tradition. It's tough, but it's what it takes to be a nobleman. Do you understand what I'm talking about? For the first time in a long time, your brother looks at you as an equal. It was a pleasure to fight you side by side. I'm glad you and I are brothers. Trial of the assailants. This one here convinced father to change his mind. Ooh, tarnish honor. Uh-oh. He's gonna go crazy. Give me a second. Okay, I was blowing my nose. Agony. Stop, grandfather. We gotta stop him. He managed to catch it. Okay, this one he's gonna die. Ooh, I got both! Nobility and ingenuity! Oh damn, then I'm gonna unlock both! Oh, this is gonna be good! Okay, the reason why I say it's gonna be good. Okay, look here. Gloria's secret, Steven's disgrace. Oh god, this is gonna be so nice. Okay, let's find out both of them. Okay, last respects. Nah, give the dagger back. I don't want it. Nobility +4. Oh god, now what are we gonna find out? Another day of school is behind you. You are now wandering your district, taking your time before going home. It is getting dark. Soon, you're walking past the splendid mansion of Count El Velasco, one of Magra's richest landlords. You hear a familiar voice from the other side of the iron fence. It is Steven's voice. It is followed by the sound of a young lady laughing. You peek through the fence and into the mansion's garden, and indeed, there you see your elder brother, dressed like he is going to meet the emperor himself. He's currently busy helping a pretty young lady out of the window. She locks him in an emotional embrace. You recognize her, Maria El Velasco, Count El Velasco's daughter. And as the whole city knows, she's already betrothed to another young nobleman from a far more illustrious family. Oh Maria, I thought I would help you come down to earth from your heavenly abode, but your very touch brings me to the heavens. He picks up the Count's daughter up and holds her in the air. She laughs almost imperceptibly, kisses him on the cheek, But then Stephen takes her by the chin and turns her to face him. Their lips join into a kiss. A flurry of emotion washes over you as you watch it happen. Stephen is putting the reputation of his entire family at risk. Acting so frivolously with the Count's daughter may turn the Count's influence against all the Brantes, and yet Stephen always speaks so highly of noble bearing, composure, and family honor. Stephen's face is glowing with joy. Your older brother is happy, truly happy. You have never seen Stephen like this as his arm holds the Count's daughter in a tender embrace, so gently as though he fears to hurt her. And Maria reciprocates his feelings. Must he really rob them of their secret joy? If you ever speak to him about this, no one else must hear it. You wait by the gate patiently and until Stephen decides to return from his escapade. He's startled when he finally notices you standing at the gate. Aid Stephen in his cause. Like, family first. What are you doing here at this late hour, Scummo? Is there something you wish to tell me? You confess to Stephen you saw him in the Velasco garden with the Count's daughter. This affair put both families' honor at risk. Yet you say you are happy for him. You can see how much he cares for her. No matter what, it is worth the risk. Stephen can trust you with the secret, you assure him. The two of you will keep it together. Stephen reacts to you with anger at first, but your supporting words calm him down. You got all the makings of a professional spy, alright. But you're right. The risk is too great. Your aid will not go amiss. You are no nobleman yet, but I hope your word is worth my trust. From that day on, you helped Stephen and Maria avoid attention on many occasions. You wouldn't have to distract El Velasco manservants and let them on a wild goose chase throughout the district. In the end, you are never caught, and you earn your brothers yet another night with his beloved. They are both unaware that their days of their hidden love are numbered. How will your escapades affect the family reputation? You and your brother agree. Whatever happens, happens. Young love is worth this risk. Man, spirituality. Give me a second. Dang. I thought he was actually, he's not straight. The poets. Okay, this one is where we'll find Gloria. Keep Gloria secret. I wonder what about Nathan. Sophia. The heel of the young Agnia's claw bashes at the door. He is about to lose his patience for good. Sophia hugs the wall in the dark, trying to stay still. She glances at you. What will you do? Your heart is racing. Can you act against Agnian orders? Do you have the gall to defy the mighty nobleman? We did this last time, but let's stop Auden. Probably she's gonna use her power and stop him. You pull yourself together and walk slowly to the half-collapsed doorway. Sophia stays behind. The tall young Agnian stares you down, his condescending smile dripping with scorn. In your most assertive voice, you answer his question. He will find no fugitive girl in this house. What are you doing here, boy? I wasn't speaking to you. Out of my way. Auden needs no permission to enter, so he steps inside. You stand in his way. You have already assured the young Agnian there is no one else inside. You have done him a great service. What makes him doubt your words? Why, you lowlife? How dare you stand in the Agnian's way? You must have life to spare. Auden backhands you with immense strength, enough to send you flying. The Agnian draws his sword. It rises into the air. But then one of the men shouts, "Sir, there she is!" The Agnian turns around and briskly walks away. Sophia uses your distraction to climb out of the window in the back. You jump to your feet and escape the house in the same way. Sophia's light silhouette is gaining distance far ahead. One of Otto's men is chasing her down, ready to catch her at any moment. But then, something unbelievable happened. Sophia lets out a dreadful scream. The air around her sizzles with golden sparks. Otto's man falls to the ground, clutching his head. Sophia freezes for a second, just as though uncertain at what she did. What was that? Otto screams at her right next to you. So that's it. So that's how it is. The wench is a witch. Sees her. Magic? Sophia's a witch? Sophia's silhouette disappears down an alleyway. Otto's man gave her a chase, but they will never find her in the dark, sprawling district. You watch her. Will you ever see her again? The runaway girl becomes the talk of the district for an entire week. You overhear that Sophia managed to flee the city. The Otters are furious. After this sudden appearance, she disappears from your life once more. You will not see her again until much later. Trusting. Meet a girl. Yay! Well, at least, if I do that, then she trusted me. Bloodstained sermon. Oh yeah, this is when we watched the patriarch photos. The last night. Spend the time with mother. I'd rather spend time with Gloria. Continue. Ingenuity. What awaits you in the future? Okay, continue. Youth. Okay, we're gonna go roughly the same path that we chose just now.
Leaving my hometown behind, I set out for the capital of the empire. There, I would discover my role in society.
That's a lot less. I want to check my stats. Check my stats. Ooh, clever. Diplomacy, theology, valor. Not bad. Scheming, eloquent. Okay. I hope I can get manipulator to the max. And then use a miracle. Will prepared for anything. I think I'd rather go and listen to the Arkwright speech. Like going for the chase after the rest, we're probably gonna get more will, but I don't need will. We have 20 right now. We enter the establishment and find a free seat to a group of well-dressed young men and women. Soon the hall fills with people packed wall to wall. A richly dressed elderly man with a tenacious gaze and wrinkled forehead appears before the audience. My name is Gert Arkwright. I'm an industrial from Illyria. I should start off with a few short words about myself. Just like you, I was born in a common estate. My father was a hard-working miner. The mine broke his back. He died of natural causes. My mother used to say that was his lot. You work, you endure, and you suffer. Well, now I'm the owner of five ore processing factories, and every day gets me thinking, how come a son of a run-of-the-mill miner and a wealthy industrialist have to live by the same lot? Tell me this. Tell me this now. Is it just fair that a man who owns a factory has the same meager rights as an ordinary farmer? If you own several stores and command the worker almost like a noble commands an army, must he really suffer like a lowborn man? Even if you can afford good clothing, good food, and good health like a nobleman, even if you live and stand closer to the nobles and farmers and thinkers and manservants? Its introduction sparks a debate. Most of the people in the hall side with Arkwright. They say well-to-do people need not to live by the commoners' lot. They are outright defending the holy function of their lots, but they are quickly snuffed by without support. For the first time in your life, you see people daring to defy their lot in public. Emotions soon began to run high. More and more people shout words of opposition to the current order of the empire. They argue that industrialists, merchants, and other well-off people are no worse than the noble ought to have their say and their own rights. Order, my good people, order. Now's not the time to rebel. If any of you are itching for weapons, you should leave our company and proceed to the gallows on your own. We are here to work out a peaceful debate, a solution for this gross injustice, and then submit our solution to the Great Imperial Chamber. Council. The gathering ends in a small hour in the night. The majority came to an agreement. The idea of the best solution is to introduce a new social class, a separate estate that will bear some noble rights and freedom. Unfortunately, there are few of us to even convince the Great Council to have even our proposal seen. But we will not stop until we prove that the nobles and the Emperor that we are rebel no longer. Oh, you need willpower to actually enter. Well, at least you get a manipulation. That's what I want. You make your way to your lodging room. You are absolutely shocked. There are so many people in the capital who openly defy the lot. How different people are from the listless, lethargic people of Anasot. You think of Gloria before you drift off to sleep. She will be overjoyed to be present at a gathering like this. Luke's sermon? Resist him. Okay, if I listen to him, then I'm gonna improve my theology. If I debate him, I'll be more eloquent. Diplomacy is not bad, but I think I should be eloquent as well. You argue against the Inquisitor in favor of the new faith. Like we're gonna be, the mastermind. So of the secret society, we need to be able to talk as well. There's a schism right now. CD that never sleep. Secret salon. This is where we're gonna meet Sophia again. Scheming. And Sophia's gonna come visit us soon. Hello, Brante. Before you stand Sophia, I want to see if Sophia's reaction is gonna change. She's all grown up now, so different, but you would always recognize those blue eyes no matter what. Wait, I want to check the relationship. John. Old faith and teaching of Isacius. Sophia. Trusting. You gesture her to come in. Sophia enters the room, glances around, and sits in the armchair. You eye the girl you used to know as you sit across her, but the young woman you see now has little in common with the girl you used to know. There is a cold steel in the way she looks at things. Her hair is cut short. But what is she doing here? I can explain. I've been living in Eternal for a long time, ever since I ran away from Anazot. I heard the other day you left for the capital to get into college, so I found you, and here I am. You ask Sophia how Sophia learned about your arrival and where you're staying, but she answers you with an enigmatic smile. She's not as cool as before! We'll get to that later. Right now, I want to see how much you've changed since we last saw each other. As for me, I changed a lot. I'm a whole different person now. You look away and recall previous encounter back when Sophia ran away from her Arctian master. Sophia chuckles. Yeah, she chuckles! Would you like to know how what happened next? I traveled through the entire empire all alone. I had nothing. My journey ended up when I reached this place, the capital, with all these important people and events. This is the heart of the empire. It is the place where I can make a difference. I made friends here, found people I can truly call my family. I even got an education of sorts. I have a purpose now. I fight for injustice. I fight against the lots. I fight those who treat our lives like mud on pavement. And no, I'm not afraid to tell you that I came here for a good reason. I need help. I know. I have faith in your good heart. And besides, this is also about the Imperial College you want to enroll in. Okay, the Dextra. Help. Of course I'll help. Let's skip to her part, okay? Dextra, we're gonna help. Wait. I knew I could count on you. Then we must act at once. There's no time to waste. Like, she sounds very excited here. If I don't know, she didn't sound this excited. Okay, skip. So did everything go according to plan? You nod. Then we've earned ourselves a bit of free time. Let's go. You set off on a walk of the maze of narrow back streets. Finally, you have some time for questions. What happened to Sophia over the last 2 years? She was a girl before, a servant. How is she now a revolutionary? Sophia just smiled sadly. You've seen what I can do. I'm not just a girl. The Inquisition caught up with me when I ran away from the Ensort. I ended up from the House of Humility, a dreadful place. I got collared. Do you know how it feels to lose your free will? Losing everything that makes you you? She unclasped the tall shirt collar that had been hiding her neck all this time. You see the round mark around her. The round mark from the anti-magic collar. They say a scar like this will remain even after a lesser death. But I got lucky. Patriarch Junior's diamond saved me. Yeah, this one is the same. This is our dream, but we are still so far away from it. But I'll keep on moving towards it, and I will stop at nothing. A strange distorted expression appears on Sophia's face, but she quickly returns to normal. We keep walking until you are at the lodging house again. For a moment, you just stand there, looking at each other. Ah! Then suddenly, Sophia embraces you. For a moment, she remains still in your arms and whispers, "Ah." This is the same. When she withdraws you just as quickly as and disappears in the streets of Eterna, you make your way to your room, exhausted by the events of the day. Was this really just a single day in your life? Wait. Okay. Scheming.
I will never forget that day. For it was then that I chose the path I would walk for the rest of my life.
Yeah, this one, we will go for the Lawless again. Follow the Lawless. Continue. Became a Lawless, remain a commoner. I wonder how Steven will react. Take the ring. Bond of friendship. Wait. It's the same. Affection. The Lawless. Green leaflets. Okay, we are almost where we were when we stopped last time. Okay, the trial of the 50 before the march. Show Sophia your support. I want to see how she reacts. This is the same. Okay, we're almost there. You could have been whatever you wanted, but you chose to join us. That's brave, if I say so. We'd be enemies right now if you had followed in your father's footsteps. Her face grows grim. Those who take by force and oppress and extort us should never rule. We shouldn't be the ones suffering because of them. It is all wrong. You know it. You know, I still have nightmares about it. Sophia's voice trails off suddenly, and you understand what she is talking about. Distant memories flash before your eyes, the street shaking under the thundering hooves, screams and cries, dogs barking, the arrogant Archnean barking orders, sparks of gold. You look away burning with guilt. Sophia laughed ever so quietly. Don't blame yourself for that. It's the world, not you. Sophia leans in closer, so close you can smell tobacco and wine. Her face is so near, her lips are right by your ear. And we have to change it. Ah, come on! Come on! I thought like, this is the max! The two of you go outside and say goodnight. You watch her walk away, wondering if she's really as strong as she looks, or is she really good at playing the part. Feast of the Air. Wait. The capital is preparing for a great celebration, the coming age of Jerian Tempest, heir to the throne. Ribbons and flags fluttered in the wind. The streets are scrubbed clean and the scent of flowers filled the air. You two set some time aside to join the celebration. It is not often that you can see the ruling family of the empire firsthand. The celebration day comes a buzz. Eternal is a buzz. The festive procession starts on the streets. Students from the college and cadets from the military academy march in front, line up in columns, and other citizens follow suit. You join the parade around the tail of the procession. Before long, it reached the square in front of the Emperor's palace. The ruling dynasty Tempest observe the parade from the palace balcony. They are joined by the empire's highest dignitaries and province's overseers. For the first time in your life, you see Emperor Uthas II with your own eyes, there, high up above. The callers of college students and academic cadets come to a halt at the balcony and salute the Emperor with their mottos. The Emperor raised his hand and gestured a benevolent greeting. Then his voice echoes from the square. You can hear him easily, even from far away. I accept your gratitude, my loyal subjects. Take pride as you wield your knowledge and valor in service to the Empire. All who are worthy will be ennobled by the mantle, by my grace. The nobles to be cheered the Emperor's word. But then, Archduke Monroe steps up to the balcony, and their jubilation gives way to the murmur of discontent. Everyone here remembers all too well how the ruler of Monia tried to shut down the college by force. Still, the Archduke is the de facto leader of the Archnean gentry. He is forced to be reckoned with, even for the Emperor. Hail your Emperor, common folk. Be forever obedient and grateful for all the good graces that you do not deserve by birth. But then, everyone grows silent. A young, slender Archnean with a shy smile comes forth. There are whispers in the crowd. That's Prince Jerian, heir to the throne. Student of Cornelius, promise and the hope of common escape. To the left of Jerian is his younger brother, Flavius. He is baffled at the sight of the parade below, too young to process what he is seeing. May the twins be kind to you, my future subjects. I promise to repay you in kind and help you prosper in loyal service to the Empire. Exalted by these words, the nobles to be roar as one. All hail Prince Jerian. Another figure steps into the view next to the heir. He's an Archnean, elegantly dressed, and his mantle bears the temple's colors. He raises his arms, about to make a speech. Long live Prince Jerian, student of the college, cadets of the academy. Time and again, you have proven yourself to the Empire by word and deed. Today is the day for great celebration, and in honor of Prince Jerian, you must ask the Emperor to guarantee you forever the right of distinguished common folk to be ennobled by the mantle. So ask now. The cadets and students freeze in hesitation. They exchange glances, unsure whether to follow the words of the Emperor's own brother. On the balcony high above, Prince Jerian also remains still, listening to every reaction from the crowd. Archduke Monroe briskly steps into view once more. He takes several seconds to observe the crowd before he speaks. Imperial subjects. What the Emperor brother wishes to say is that you must always remember what you owe your status to the Tempest dynasty. The Emperor accepts your gratitude and sends you off with his blessing. You may leave now. Commotion and murmurs spread. Give me a second. Give me a second. I need to reply something. Okay. Commotion and murmurs spreads over the crowd. Some of the nobles-to-be refuse to follow Archduke Monroe's order. There are shouts heard here and there. The law! We ask for the law! The academic officers and teachers of the college urge them to fall in line and resume the parade, but the tension is rising. The crowd slowly grows enraged and unruly. An Imperial Guard cavalry regiment emerges from the palace. They start slowly advancing on the crowd, hands on their swords, pushing people out of the square. The communists are running left and right. You too have to move. This quickly quells the commotion in the square, and the cavalry withdraws. Emperor Uther II appears on the balcony again. Archduke Monroe stands by his side. The square falls silent at the sight of the sovereign. My subject, I can see how overjoyed you are for Prince Jerian, but you show your reverence and gratitude was clear enough. Now, obey my will. Continue the parade and sing the praises of the Tempest dynasty that has given you so much. The square obediently lines up and columns in once again. The bout of defiance is in the past now, and they resume the festive parade through the city streets. Glory to Emperor Uther, glory to Prince Jerian. Overseer in power, this is bad. There are days when you receive letters from home. Father writing is very reserved. He mostly discusses events and work in Magra and writes very little about the family. It makes proud that I have managed to teach Stephen how to handle our home affairs. Several crucial acquaintances. Gloria has a different opinion of Stephen. She thinks your older brother is taking more and more after grandfather. It's the same. It's the same. Okay, they fight again. Your fate is still bound tightly to the family, no matter the distance between you. What? March of the Collars. Wow. I think this is where we should end, okay? Because like it's almost 3 hours and I got things to do later, okay? So I'll continue this tomorrow, okay? I'll pick this up tomorrow, and hopefully at first I thought I want to be a nobleman because I thought that being noble can actually like help the lotless, but it seems that it's not gonna help much. So that's why I re-roll, redo it and started being the lotless, because my stats are more like, my stats right now and the previous one is roughly the same. So if I ever want to do a nobleman, I also want to improve my valor, and then like I can get Octavia's attention, and make her fall in love with me. But right now I'll just be I'll just focus on being helping the secret society behind the scenes. Okay, so with that said, I'll end the stream here and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, hopefully that there's nothing bad happen. Well, it's quite hard because like if you take a look here, the lotless at large, we need to outwit Philippe. Who is Philippe? That's the question. Secret society is betrayed. So we gotta find who's the mole here. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today. Oh, that's it for now. Okay, I have a stream later on at night. Okay, and with that said, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.